Okay, I don't think this show is a theme. Can I just say it? I think this show is just pure greed.
Is that what it is?
We want to do it, so we're going to.
Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, can you think about it? Can we really label today's episode as a theme?
Not really, no.
No, it's just like an idea. We're like, let's just do this. I thought about that as I was getting the order ready tonight. And I'm like, oh my God, how do you label this?
Yummy mussels and wine. So I have a local Willamette Valley wine. It's actually El Toro and El Matador decided to make wine, not war. We can all learn from them. Salud. Para Wines, produced and bottled by Para Wine in McMinnville, Oregon. That's right. The other one, I have a rosé that I pulled from my shelf, and that one's the one that's Washington.
Okay.
And I decided to use my fun glass.
Oh, yeah.
It's like one of those that kind of goes sideways.
Mm-hmm.
It has that bottom. So as you can see, it's not
that's one of the ones you set on the table and it will kind of
tilt.
It'll tilt it around, but that will also help balance out the drink. Yeah.
Yes. See how it's sideways there? And then I have my delicious mussels and then my bread over here. But these mussels are in a garlic butter sauce.
So a minute ago, she was showing them to me, and you can see the steam rise off of them. And because I've got mussels here, I'm like, I could smell that steam.
Yeah, you can still see a little bit, not as much. I pulled them out like 5 minutes ago. They're still going. I got my crusty bread over here.
So, I didn't toast my bread. All right. So they gave me some sourdough, but then I put in 3 things of French I have. So I have some French bread here because this week at the house, I made some chili. The temperature dipped. And when the temperature dips, I just chop it all up, throw it in the pot yesterday and let her cook all day long.
Nice.
But I went to La Rustica, which we've mentioned on the show many a times.
Yeah.
All right. And Gladys and I went there. Right. And this is the dish. And this is because they knew I was doing it on the podcast. Look at how they laid it out for me. Beautiful. Is that not pretty or what, man? I mean, and I think she said lay it out pretty because I know he's putting it on the podcast.
First. Oh my goodness. So I did a review on Yelp for them. And I have had over 1,000 people read my Yelp review and see my pictures.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, because I've got pasta underneath mine, I'm going to pull a lot of my mussels out and put them in the pasta to eat off. But then wine, all right, you said you just basically went with a white you had, all right.
Yeah. I have so much wine. I did not need to buy another bottle, but boy, did I want to. I was looking at them. I was like, oh my goodness, this looks so good.
I mean, I have that same case, but I still went and bought another bottle, and here's why. We said Sauvignon Blanc.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you, the Sauvignon Blanc is a go-to for me, and it is very inexpensive, and it literally it knocks off everything on the taste buds. Is Oyster Bay. Okay. All right. Oyster Bay, Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah. Okay. I like Oyster Bay. Yeah.
I know a lot of people who swear by Kim Crawford, and I'm not going to knock Kim Crawford. Kim Crawford is a great low dollar, all right, affordable Sauvignon Blanc. Huh. But I have always loved Oyster Bay.
Yeah, I like Oyster Bay. I've had Oyster Bay before. It's been a while, but I might even have something in my collection over here because I have a lot of wine. I actually, because I pulled 2 off, I was able to put 2 of the 6 that are on the floor into a little space. Yeah, so I'm pulling them off because I have a
I know. I was going to pull them off and put them because I have some linguine pasta underneath mine, and then I've got some lemon, which I'm going to kind of squeeze over after I do that.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of squeezing lemon here, and I wasn't sure if I should or should not.
So over the weekend, Gwen and I went to over in Denton. We found that there's this other place called Shuck Me, which is kind of a seafood joint up the street from where you and I went.
Okay.
All right. And I decided to go try it because we're like, I like to find interesting stuff for our date nights, and they had a great fried. Their raw oysters, a little bit to be desired on those. All right, but the fried was pretty good. And then Gwen had some cod. All right, and then we had the hush puppies and some of the great vegetables. But the one thing that made it go every time is squeeze a little lemon over it, baby. It just so accents the seafood when you squeeze a little lemon over it. So somebody left a comment here so far today. Let's see. Okay. Hey, Mark, fly, Eagles fly. Yes, Mark, I will agree with you. Beat those Packers tonight. I think we can both agree. Let the Packers lose.
Yeah, I can hang with that. I can hang with that.
Maybe you'd agree with me on that one, but I wasn't sure. So after I put everything in, now I'm down to a linguine.
Okay.
All right, which I had them throw some pasta in because I want some pasta. I love a good linguine.
Yeah, I prefer linguine over fettuccine. Even though I like thin spaghetti. Angel hair is good, but there's something about thin spaghetti that's just, it's a little bit meatier. But these mussels. So, when you find a good place that has good seafood, you got to go try it. These are I cheated a little just because everybody was sold out of mussels, and the few places that were available, they were restaurants.
Yeah.
And they were a little bit further away, and with this traffic in the afternoon, I did not want to be dealing with 45-minute traffic to get back for then it wouldn't have tasted the same.
Yeah. Well, mine, because I adapt for travel back, set back up. So mine was done at 6:20 p.m., which we went live at 7. So they're about 40 minutes. It's not as warm as I would have had it at the restaurant, but I mean, I had to adapt for travel.
It wasn't that far from you, but still.
Yeah. This is not a dish this is one of the few dishes I would get because I don't have much where I live, close by where I live.
Yeah, you don't have a whole lot. Everything is at least 20 minutes away to get anything that's
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, I wanted to move to the country, so I did.
So I'm not a big mussel fan.
Yeah.
But I remember having them at Viva Madrid in Claremont, California, a little tapas place by the Claremont colleges. And I was like, wasn't sure. Oh my goodness, they were so delicious there. So that place, if you're in the Claremont area in Southern California by the colleges, just look for Viva Madrid. It's in a building. Of course, it's in a building. But you're going down this hallway because there's these little shops, and it's kind of tucked in the back, so you don't even know it's there unless you're looking for it. And I thought that was kind of cool. But that place would get so packed, and I loved it. I always sat at the bar because it was just easier than trying to get a table. But they had such delicious food. But the mussels, which is something I normally would not eat there, I was like going, okay, I can handle these mussels. They're yum.
Well, when I think mussels or I think clams, I always think with Italian dishes. I don't know why. It's just the way I am. I think it's one of the reasons why I chose this, and then I went into the Italian restaurant right here. It's because those two. Those are the two. Now, oysters, no.
Yeah, no.
Shrimp, no. Let's see some of the other seafoods out there.
Scallops. Oh my
scallops, God. No. I mean, some scallops I want with Italian, but some scallops I want done otherwise. All right. Yeah. I want a cod. I don't want a cod or a salmon with an Italian dish.
Right. No.
I don't mind it, right? But I don't think of it that. But I can't think of oysters. Or not oyster. I can't think of clams, and I can't think of what do we have in here? Mussels.
Mussels.
All right. Outside of just by themselves, I can't think of them in another dish that's not Italian. Maybe clam chowder,
Yeah.
but
The best clams. Oh my goodness. Because I'd made bouillabaisse with fresh seafood from Washington State.
no.
But in Hood River, which is off the Columbia, it's about an hour and a half from where I live. It's right on the Columbia River. The Best Western. It's the nicest restaurant that's in that area. So I guess it's a Best Western Plus. They have a restaurant there. Very good food. Ended up getting for an appetizer their clams. Oh my goodness. In their sauce, it was like so delicious. And the crusty bread, I could have just eaten that for dinner. After that, it's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish my dinner. So when you have good seafood, oh my goodness, it is absolutely delicious. And then finding those places, and there's some places by the coast that also have good food, good seafood.
Yeah.
And then Washington State, oh my goodness, they have such good seafood. The interesting thing is that they do in both, well, Oregon too, and Washington, is that their oysters, even though they're farm raised, they're in the ocean. So the farm is in the ocean. So it's not like it's just in a building where they've brought in, or it's in the sea, in the ocean, that they have these farms, and that is really cool because it makes a difference, in my opinion. Even if they're farm raised, within their climate that's natural, and I like that. So we have some really good oysters. So when I can get fresh oysters out here, I've ordered them from Washington State, and then they will do deliveries. Now they come into Portland. They used to just go as far as Washington State, Vancouver. And it was like a pop-up shop in the parking lot of the, Best Buy or whatever, which I always found it hilarious that you're like just, going to the back of the truck and you're getting your oysters and your clams and mussels, and yeah, it's kind of fun.
Oh, no. I mean, I grew up in the 80s and I lived in Massachusetts from 87 to 1990. Okay. And I want to tell you, on Friday night, you went to different spots in town where guys had fresh lobsters, fresh seafood coming in off of a boat.
Oh, nice.
And literally on Friday nights, you would go, and some of these guys, they literally would park their trucks on the streets, and you just walk from one truck to another and get what you wanted. Yeah.
What do you got for me? What do you got? When you have like some garlic butter and you just dip your bread in that and it just absorbs all those delicious flavors.
Oh, yeah.
And mussels are not hard to make. They really are not. Some garlic butter, or some garlic, some butter, a lot of butter. And you steam them all together. Make sure you don't force them open. They should open on their own.
Oh, yeah.
If they don't open,
key right there. Make sure they open on their own.
And I had two that didn't open. So there it went.
Pop.
So this one didn't open.
Yep.
So these two, I'm like, I don't know. So, but I just cleaned my floor, and now I have butter all over my floor.
But did you get them frozen or?
These I did. So supposedly they're good, but I am not going to trust. No, I don't need to get sick over going, oh, I'm not giving up to mussels.
Yeah. I mean, like, no, when you get there is a difference in seafood between getting fresh out of the water, all right, and something that's been frozen or something that's been shipped on ice.
Right.
I recall when I moved to Dallas in 1998, the week before I moved here, before I left to come down here, I went up to visit a friend of mine who lived in Maine. And we went up, we went out on one of the coasts, all right, and this is December, so it's not like a summertime
Right.
We had to beat the crowds, but we literally sat on. It was called Cook's Restaurant.
Okay.
And literally sat on the bay, fresh out of the water lobsters. After I get to Dallas, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, I get a fresh lobster or a lobster out of the tank at Papa Do's, which is the Cajun seafood place down here in Dallas.
Okay.
And the chef comes out and goes, "So what did you had the lobster tonight?" Because apparently I was one of the few. I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, what did you think?" I'm like, "Eh." And he goes, "What was wrong?" I said, "The problem is not your lobster. The problem is I had fresh out of the sea 2 weeks ago. I should have waited 6 months to eat your lobster."
Right.
Because that close, I mean, literally in a matter of weeks, you can still test the difference between frozen and fresh.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I mean, I've lived inland in Dallas for close to 30 years now, and I'm kind of used to it, day old.
I remember one time going to a sushi restaurant. It was upscale, very nice. I was going to go to see Wicked right after. So I went to dinner and then I just crossed the street. And one of the things I love about this sushi restaurant is that the sushi chef barely speaks any English. And I love that. Absolutely love that. And so I wanted the ebi for dessert, which is it's like a white shrimp. It's just sweet. They fry the head and then they give you the body and it's delicious. And so then he says, fresh or frozen. And I was like, I looked at him and I'm like, really? You're offering me frozen? I said, I got these guys in front of me. I said, I want fresh. He goes, which ones? So I picked two because he had the case right there and the shrimp were right there. So I got to pick. And this was the second time I got to pick the shrimp that I wanted as my ebi. And then they're like, okay, so they picked those two up and then they did their thing. And the first time I had that, they put it in a martini glass. This was in Southern California in West Covina. They put it in a martini glass, and garnished it. I mean, it was gorgeous. I could have sworn the tail on that fish moved or on that shrimp moved. I was like, man, talk about fresh. And this time it was not, doing that, but it just had a delicious flavors, just buttery and just melted in my mouth. And these were pretty good. I added more butter. I added a little bit more salt. And of course, I think I added a little too much salt. It was fine. I think, you know what? For this last little bit, I think I will add a little bit of lemon to give it a different little taste to it. Not going to do much because it's only a few left. But we are going to try this out and see how the different flavor with the lemon is.
Okay. Then I'm going to switch talks here and talk about, I picked an oyster-based Sauvignon Blanc, which we decided to have Sauvignon Blanc tonight. And I do have to say, seafood, very rarely do I want to have a red wine with a seafood. I usually want a white, fresh tasting, light-bodied white wine. So
I will tell you, adding the lemon to it with the wine, it gave it a little bit of freshness, and the wine was a little bit brighter. I mean, it was good. The wine did go well with it, but it was the butter, and then you got this freshness that would just kind of tone it down, which is fine. With the lemon, it just gave it a brightness, and it brought out more of the flavors of the wine because of the lemon.
Wow.
So the citrus really helped the wine taste better, in my opinion.
Well, that's why I always say, I mean, if you're having seafood of any kind, always get a slice of lemon to squirt over it, just in case.
Yeah, definitely. It gave it a little something, something. I think I want just a little bit more on that one. And not much. Again, a little sliver, just enough to give it a little brightness there. So, oh, I can definitely taste the citrus in that one. Truly, the wine just tasted better. It gave it a little bit of brightness. That citrusy forward. So this makes me feel like I can sit in the patio and just relax and have this wine because of the citrus in it. Before it was good. With the citrus, it took the wine to the next level. So sometimes your food will have your drink taste better. Sometimes your drink will make your food taste better.
Yeah.
Or it'll bring out something in the food that will just make you go, oh my goodness, that is delicious. Or sometimes the food will bring out some of the nuances or just those undertones of your drink that will just elevate it, make it taste better.
So Saturday, I mean, when we went to dinner on Saturday night, Glenn and I, we went to a seafood place. It was called Shuck Me or something like that in Denton. It was up the street from where you and I went. But then we finished out at that, at the place you and I finished out at.
Oh, where?
It was like Oak Street or something.
Yeah.
Breweries. It was a house. And you and I finished out our tour that day.
Yeah. After we had walked up the hill, gone to the other place that had no food.
That had no food.
We had munchies.
That we had basically, we had munchies because we were starving. Anyway, but that's what you want sometimes with your drink. So while I was waiting over at the restaurant to pick this up tonight, and I got there 5 minutes early. So what did I do? All right, I sat down and had a drink. You know what I mean? So sometimes we have a pre-meal drink. Sometimes we have a meal drink, and sometimes we have an after meal drink.
Yes.
On a pasta food like this, what is going to be your after meal drink? Pasta or mussels like this. Would you have an after meal drink, or would you continue drinking the wine?
I would probably, if I had, because a lot of times I'll look at the cost of the wine. If I have a glass of wine and it's X dollars, and I might have, I'm with somebody else and they're going to have a glass of wine, then I look at the cost of the bottle, knowing that we're going to get probably 4 to 5 glasses of wine out of it, which means that we could easily have, even if it's a glass and a half or 2 glasses, we're better off. So if that's the case, then I have the whole bottle. Then my thought is the wine is going to be my dessert. Okay. And I have said that when they come over and they say dessert, and I'm like, this is my dessert. I've done that. But it just depends sometimes on what I'm drinking, what I'm eating, what, comes up, what's the dessert. You give me a creme brulee, I might want, something like maybe a Mexican coffee with a creme brulee or a flan. A Mexican coffee will just make it taste really good. If I'm having something chocolate, mind you, I don't usually eat dessert. It's just not my favorite thing. But if I'm having like chocolate cake, then maybe a port, because you can just sip on the port. But also milk with chocolate cake is the best. I love that. So sometimes I will just do milk as, with my dessert. I've done that before. I'm like, I need milk. On Saturday, I was with some friends and I was, I didn't exchange. I exchanged Haitian spice cookies for a ding dong. And it was fun. I'm like, I feel like I'm in school exchanging food. And so somebody had like a big carafe of coffee, and I'm like waving her down, like, come over here, Elena. I want some of that coffee. I said, I'm having a cookie. I need some coffee. And it was perfect. Just having that cookie and the coffee just made lunch. And mind you, it's not like I was really hungry because I had a big sandwich, which was really good, with some Doritos chips and grapes and my seltzer water. But Oh my goodness, that cookie with that coffee, that was on point. So what would be your dessert and your drink, or either one, both, or one or the other?
See, one of the things I'm good at, if I'm out, I like to ask the suggestion from the server to see how good the server knows their food and beverage and how well they
Right.
compare.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm out, I'm out for an experience. I'm not out for Tim knows, Tim get. No, screw that. Tim's the dummy here in the room. Tim wants to hear your experience, and at Laristica, we have several servers that hit us every time with, they have an avocado, which is the espresso and the shots poured over, shots of espresso poured over chocolate. All right, with it's got Bailey's into it and stuff. It's like, it's a treat in heaven, right? And ice cream, right?
Oh, yum.
But my favorite dessert is always a creme brulee.
Oh yeah.
You tell me you have a creme brulee, I'm on top of that every time, right? The other one that you have in certain restaurants has, all right, I want a key lime pie.
Oh,
You get me a key lime pie.
I was thinking tiramisu because of Italian restaurant.
No, I'm not a big tiramisu is not my biggest.
Okay.
I'm not. It's not my biggest, right?
Cool.
But if I'm having the key lime pie, now it's up in the air what you're offering to drink.
Right. It's very specific.
You have to suggest, because now you got to think, okay, what did he just eat for a meal? What did he drink with his meal? And now I'm giving this for a dessert. And will the alcohol throw the whole thing off and make it trash, or will put the whole thing together?
Yes.
All right. Whereas the avocado that they suggest all the time, it's got Bailey's into it. It's got espresso into it. All right. The sucker's just pouring in rum and ice cream and everything.
And ice cream. Oh my goodness, anything with ice cream. See, I don't do a whole lot of dessert. It's not my favorite thing. Mm-hmm. But you give me a creme brulee or ice cream. Oh my goodness. Then I'm like, oh, this is so good. So those are two things that I possibly, if there's a creme brulee, and I will tell them, make sure it's nice and caramelized. I want that creme brulee beautifully caramel, because I want to be able to tap, tap, tap and watch it crack. And oh my goodness, that's part of the beauty of a creme brulee.
But if I'm not in a restaurant, I'm looking at desserts. I did this in California. We were at this is a girl, Anissa, who's in Craig's mastermind with us. Mm-hmm. She picked me up from the airport, and we went and had lunch together before we went to pick someone else from the airport and go back out to the event. She took me to this place, and it's funny because Terry Harden, who's in my mastermind, said, "Oh, I don't like that place," because where everybody goes. But Anissa took me there, and I liked it. But I wouldn't have went there on Sunday when Terry and I got there, because it was lined with people.
Okay.
But on a Thursday, no, it's just a regular worker who's going there. And I want to say it was Cuban of some sort.
Okay.
But had the Cuban type bakery.
Oh, nice.
So now in there they have, it's almost like creme brulee, but it's not. It's that fruit cup. It's like a cream like creme brulee, and then it has fruit on top of it, and it's like a pie crust underneath. And I forget what they call it, like a fruit tart.
Yeah.
I see those. It's just, to me that's the cold version of a creme brulee.
Right. And you're like, that's what I want. That's what I want. And actually, let's see if I have it, because I used to have, I'm sure I still do. I don't have it here, but I just saw it. What was given to me many years ago when I was in Southern California, one of my staff members, she gave me a little book. It's yay big. It's a little book, literally. It's little. But it was a creme brulee book, how to make creme brulee. And so it had the traditional creme brulee. It had lemon creme brulee, bell pepper creme brulee, lavender creme brulee. They also had a recipe for flan. So it was just, because it's all, with the water bath. That's how you make creme brulee. I mean, it takes time. It's a lot of work. but it is absolutely delicious. So I'm a fan of creme brulee, and she knew that. So that's why she gave me the book. And I know I saw it because I've been clearing out my garage. My goal is to be able to get my vehicle inside the garage. I'm getting there. There's a few more things I have to get rid of to fit it in there, but I'm going to get my car in the garage this winter. So I still have a little bit of time. I worked on it this weekend. So this weekend I got my summer clothes into 2 bins, and then I got my winter clothes out of 1 bin. So I have less winter clothes than summer clothes. But usually I'm under a jacket anyway, jacket, hat, and scarf. So it's fine. So I got all my sweatshirts. I actually have some inside that are in a little bin that I keep in my closet that I just pull out and I open the zipper, and there are my some turtlenecks and some sweatshirts and fun. So that was part of what I did this weekend. I got rid of so much stuff. My neighbor loaned me his vehicle. He's all, "Are you going to fit all that in your car?" I said, "Well, it'll be front seat, back seat, trunk, and in my little Civic." And he's all, "Borrow my." He has oh my goodness, Subaru. And so it's got that whole back section. So I filled, I put the seat was already down. I moved the doggy carrier aside, and I filled that whole back section.
Wow.
I had one more thing to take, and I didn't take it, which was the bicycle. If I had put the bicycle in first, I would have been able to walk, fill everything else around it. But I had already filled it, and I'm not taking it out to try to fit a bicycle. So the bicycle stayed. I also have a platform bed, not bread, a platform bed that I have to get rid of because I was going to use it for my bed. But then I realized I have my bins where I have shoes underneath my bed where I pull out the bin and I have my shoes in there. Well, if I have a platform bed, I can't do that. And I have small space, so I need as much space as I can. So I ended up, after I got the platform bed and I realized that, I gave up that idea. So I got to get rid of the platform bed. And it's just a frame. It's not the mattress or anything.
The mattress, everything. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a frame. And then I have a little bit of construction stuff from when they redid this place. And so I have to tell my general contractor, "Do you need any of this? And can you get rid of it for me?"
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I can get rid of the platform bed and and I still have like 7 boxes that need to be shredded. So I'll take that to either UPS or Office Depot. They'll charge me X dollars per pound and they'll shred it. So I have that. And the construction stuff, my car will fit in there.
So I have a shredder in my office now. I think you've seen it when it's here. I have a big shredder and I got it for a reason. All right. Because I found the fastest thing to light your fire pit in the wintertime is the shreddings of your paper.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good to know.
Not that you have a fire pit on your balcony there at the condo, but here we have a fire pit in the yard. Yeah. And literally lit a fire the other night. And the fastest way to get that started is stack all the wood up, pour the whole thing of shredded paper on top of it, and light it in about 4. And it just it comes along. So, and I shred everything. Anything that has my address on it, I shred it.
Yeah. So when my intern was working for me, I said, anything that has my address, you pull it off. We'll recycle the rest of the magazine or whatever it is, but you take off where my name and address is. And sometimes some of the offers will have my name in multiple spots. I shred the whole thing. I'm like, I am not pulling off here and there. Just shred it.
That's what because to me, I save it and when I need it, I just shred it and that's what I use it for lighting.
Yeah. So y'all don't just throw the stuff away. Get rid of your name and address. You never know. Dumpster divers, they can be very creative. They will pull information from different areas and you never know. So just protect your identity. That is so important. So don't throw your mail that has your name and address, or even junk mail that has your name and address. Don't just toss it. You don't know what other personal information is in it.
She's referring to the mail MAIL, not MALE, which she has discarded on occasion.
Very true. Very true.
I'm sorry, being the guy in this relationship, I had to say that.
Yes, I was. Well,
I'm the only guy. I'm the only relationship she keeps.
True story on that. So I was on Southwest one time, and this was years ago when they still joked around, and they said, if you have anything to discard, we're going to be going down the aisles. No, ladies, you cannot get rid of your man. He stays with you. Do not put him in the aisle for us to take with us.
No.
I found that hilarious.
I remember that. Well, Southwest has always got the guys who got sense of humor, but there was the one gay guy that I got him the one time, and he goes, "If you're traveling with children, why? Why?"
Oh my goodness, that's cute.
Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, this is a fun show. This was kind of, like I said, it was kind of we felt like doing it, right?
Yeah, it was mussels. Today's not National Mussel Day, is it?
Probably not. I don't know.
All right,
Let's see what the national day is and see how close we are. Our old friend Cindy, she used to always tell us what day things were. But I don't think Cindy's doing a podcast anymore.
It was Vanilla Cupcake Day today. That's what it was.
Only we'd known. We'd have gotten vanilla cupcakes. God knows neither one of us would have baked vanilla cupcakes, but we would have went and got them somewhere. Just because it's Vanilla Cupcake Day does not mean you have to bake.
That is true. You can just buy it. Okay. National Mussels Day is also today.
Is it?
Yes. And it says it is a day to recognize the role of mussels as both a food and a natural water filter. So mussels are they're filtering our water. The day also promotes awareness of the freshwater mussels and their importance to river and stream ecosystems, as well as rating the profile of culinary mussels.
Okay, little guy, say hi to everybody. Make your appearance on the podcast now that we're done drinking. Hi. They can't see you. Say hi up here. Okay, there we go. All right. Tell them everything. Okay, say bye. Give Grandpa kisses night-nights. Give Grandpa kisses night-nights. Mwah. Mwah. Okay. Go night-nights. Grandpa got you there. Okay. Go see Mommy. Bye. Shut Grandpa's door. Hey, you didn't shut Grandpa's door.
Shut Grandpa's door.
He is so good about this.
So I will have to do a shout out to A Food Obsession. They are on Facebook, so look them up, y'all. They posted today, November 10th, 2025. Food holiday is National Mussels Day, so expect to see mussels a few times on the page today. One of my favorite ways to eat mussels is this one I grew up on: mussels marinara, così al pomodoro. Fresh mussels simmered in a wine-laced Italian tomato, garlic, peppercino, and olive oil sauce or broth. So it's a salute of garlic, parsley, peppercini taste. He goes, I like a lot. A few sliced garlic cloves, and then some white wine, and then some San Marzano tomatoes or pomodori pelati, Italian peeled plum tomatoes. Crush with your hands. You bring it to the boil, then a simmer and cover until all the shells are open. Discard those that aren't. Lots of good bread, drizzle with olive oil, cook the sauce for 20 minutes, then add the cleansed and scrubbed mussels. Make sure they are all in the sauce. Cover, check in 8 minutes. Shells should start to open. So that picture of those mussels, absolutely delicious. So thank you, A Food Obsession, for sharing such delicious mussel pictures and also a childhood favorite recipe. Mm-hmm. I might have, if I had seen that before I did the garlic butter mussels, I might have changed it up and made it with the San Marzano's tomatoes. So.
Well, I think that's probably why we picked that as mussels today, because I think again, half the time we pick these ideas, all right, 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before, and we're so on top of things that we have to figure out why we chose it. I don't know. I just looked at it and go, why? Okay, well, just because this sounds like a good combination.
Yes.
Next week is a good combination, though.
Yes. Yeah, I had to send him a text with all this stuff. And then I was
can I tell him why we chose what we chose for next week?
First, let me see what it was that we chose for next week because I had to look up. I thought I remembered on Saturday, but I got so busy I didn't do all my normal stuff. Yes, tell them why 11/17 we're gonna do what we're gonna do.
So this is something that we've had as a favorite, Gwen and I. We found it in a Weight Watchers cookbook. All right, many years ago, and it has been a favorite we make at the house, and it's called Reuben quesadillas. Reuben sandwich, but done with tortillas, and you put everything onto it, and you put it in a pan and fry it, and then pull it out and chop it.
Yeah.
All right, just like the quesadillas. All right, you've got the corned beef. All right, you've got sauerkraut. We do ours with Swiss cheese, but you can do it with different cheeses. All right. Some people onto it actually put like the Reuben sauce, which is I think like a
French
dressing or a Russian type dressing. All right. And then I mean they put into it. There's several different recipes on the web for them. So if you want to do it with us next week, we're going to do this. We're going to do Reuben quesadillas. But one of the things that really pairs well with, all right, and this is why we do the show of what pairs, because I know I've tasted this recipe so many times, I can tell you what pairs with it, because every time we do them, the side dessert we have are sliced apples and dip them in caramel.
Yum.
So we're going to pair it next week with cider. Why not?
Yep.
Right? It's a great pair. And if you've not, I'm telling you guys, if you've not done it, get it and make them with us next week because it'll be a fun thing. All right, to do. You put everything in between two tortilla shells and you make it like a quesadilla. You just put it in the pan and flip it. All right, and then you pull it off and you just cut it up like you would quesadillas. Right, and I actually recommend doing it with the cheese, the sauerkraut, and the beef, and then pulling it out and then putting the dressing on top of them.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That's how I recommend it, but you can do it inside. It doesn't work. It works either way. I recommend putting it as a dressing on top, and I do it as a drizzle.
Yeah, I like that idea because if it's inside, a lot of times you have so much drippage of stuff coming out, makes it gooey, and then it sometimes doesn't help the tortilla get nice and crispy and beautiful like you want a quesadilla to be. So,
but you also don't want a dressing like that to be cooked.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons why I do it this way. There are people who do it both ways. All right. And this is why. Go check it out. I'll bet you anything. If you Google it, you will have 10 different recipes. Right. We have ours. It's set in, and actually we write down in our cookbook that we found it in originally every date we do it. So we know how many times we've done it. And literally I've been the past couple months, I've been begging Gwen to do it again. And when we did it just 2 weeks ago, Gwen actually went through and we looked at the last time we did it, and the last time we did it was like before we moved into this house.
Oh, wow. It's been a while.
It was a while.
We were
and it's like, it was a recipe that we loved. So anyway, well, we're going to do that next week. And in the following week, 11/24 is going to be Thanksgiving week. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving traditions. I mean, are you starting to plan your Thanksgiving traditions yet or no?
No, you know me. I don't do squat, so.
I'm planning already. I'm trying to find my oysters, trying to get my Bloody Mary mix for this year.
That's right.
I do the morning routine, and then I actually smoke the turkey, and I actually found a ham that I'm going to put in the smoker as well. Now the ham is cooked already, but I'm going to put it in the smoker for that last hour. I got a bourbon glaze mix to go over it, and then I put it in the smoker, and I will put it in the smoker for an hour without. I won't put a covering on it. So it'll absorb whatever wood I put in, which is probably going to be cherry wood, maybe apple. All right. It's going to absorb some of that into it this year. But we're not doing our meats on the 24th. We're only going to do everything but the meat. This is going to be a different Thanksgiving show because we're doing everything but the meat. Because there's a million things that go around the day other than the meat.
Yeah.
So,
and sometimes people don't even eat traditional stuff.
Hey, there's people out there's people. I mean, think about it. If you're vegan and you don't want to go to Turkey Day celebration, you don't want ham.
Yeah.
You're vegan. right? It's not what you. Well, vegan also means the type of vegetables you eat. So, what's creative in that? All right. You got to be creative. And trust me, even Gwen came back to me with one of the recipes we were going to do this year. She goes, "Hey, I'm going to do it this way. Would you mind?" I'm like, "No."
Try something new.
Yeah, try something new. I'm a big stuffing guy. I love stovetop. Stovetop is my favorite. But you can throw some oyster dressing in there. I love it. Right? And truthfully, I will tell you, I actually got a box of stovetop that was stovetop cornbread.
Okay.
And Glenn always says, "You're not a cornbread dressing." I'm like, "No, I'm not. That stovetop cornbread I liked."
Here you go.
It's funny when you combine things and try them. I'm not afraid to try. I'll bet
So you'll get new ideas of things you might want to try just in general.
Yep. And do we have wine? I think we have wine. You know what I think I'm going to have that day? Because I'm going to be different on the 24th.
Okay.
I'm going to get me some of that peanut butter whiskey.
Ah, yes. Sounds yummy.
Oh, I'm going to kick out. Why not? I want to be different that day.
Sounds good. I like it. It. So stay tuned, y'all. Bring us your ideas, see what you do.
Yeah.
And as a reminder, go to likethewayyoudrink.com. That is our Insiders Club. Sign up, free to join. Must be 21 and over to join because this is a drinking podcast that we pair with food, but you must be 21 or over to be a part of it. So that is one of the questions. Are you 21 or over when you are joining? You will have access to some backstage things that others don't get to see. You have access to telling us what you want us to share. And sometimes we do get ideas of what to post, although there is somebody that keeps wanting us to put on Malort, and we keep saying, heck no. So there is certain things we will say no to, and Malort is one of them. That's all I got to say about that.
And that's all I got to say about that. Just saying. All right. Hey, you guys, every week this podcast is brought to you by Gladys and I's businesses. All right. We pay the bills around here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why when we started this out, we started out because we like the fun. We like to talk about the food, the drink, and stuff like that. But we both have businesses of our own. And we thought about what a way to do a podcast that wasn't about business. It was about fun. However, all right, our businesses pay the bills around here, so there are sponsors. I have two wonderful little commercials here about our businesses. Let me play them real quick.
Perfect.
Is this one here? I think this one here, right?
Welcome to Insurance by Design, the expert in crafting tailored employee benefits packages, working with both your English and Spanish-speaking staff. Led by the acclaimed Gladys Boutwell, we're licensed to serve you in Oregon and Washington. Gladys brings a wealth of expertise with an MBA in international business and leadership, and is a certified insurance counselor. Honored for her contributions to Latino equity in Oregon, Gladys is also a best-selling author. Her book, Health Insurance Secrets Revealed, is revolutionizing how we understand insurance. With bilingual prowess, Gladys enhances communication, making insurance smoother and easier for all your employees. Is your website attracting the traffic and engagement it deserves? At SimpleEasyWebsites.com, we specialize in transforming ordinary websites into extraordinary experiences. Our experts know what it takes to make your online presence stand out and succeed. Gain valuable insights and tailored strategies with our professional website review. Don't let your website be just another page in the digital world. Visit SimpleEasyWebsites.com now and book your consultation today.
Okay, and Gladys, if they want to get a hold of you, what else you want to tell them today?
Well, get on my calendar if you want to have the conversation. EnrollNowOregon.com. That is the link to my calendar. Find a spot. Let's have the conversation.
Cool. Guys, go to SimpleEasyWebsites.com. There's a button you can click on there to do a consultation with me as well. Be glad to actually review your website and see what else we can do to help with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of another episode.
That's it. Go watch some football, y'all.
Hey, it is football night. Oh, what's the team playing tonight?
There's a bird. Some kind of bird.
Some bunch of cheesy guys and the birds. Yeah.
Cheese and birds,
birds, ladies and gentlemen. Go Eagles. You know I was gonna throw that in. Come on.
Of course, I was waiting for it.
Yeah, come on. Anyway. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week. I'm Tim Gillette with Simple Easy Websites, and you are
Gladys Boutwell, Insurance by Design.
And we are together. We are like the way you drink. We will see you guys next week, guys.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.